Right, this is a pickups video. Well, not a pickups video, a collection video would be more befitting of the title. I hope the audio's alright. This is just going to be recorded via a phone. Be my first time doing it, so hopefully it comes through fine. I'm not too quiet or too loud, and hopefully the video quality isn't too bad either. But yeah, I've been wanting to show off things in my collection for a while now, and finally getting the channel rolling, thought it'd be a good time to show you guys. So yeah, we'll start off. These are just, it's not in any like particular order or anything. These are just things that I've kept underneath, because I have a desk. This little bit under here, I usually have things that I'm playing, and then behind me I have a couple of bookshelves absolutely filled to the brim with games, but we'll do them bit by bit. So there's just two fairly big stacks here, and I'll just work my way through them. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. Cyberpunk doesn't really need any introduction. I'm sure everybody knows what it is. This was picked up last year, fairly towards the beginning, so before they announced the next gen update, which is kind of a kick in the teeth. So this is just the Xbox One version, still sealed, as you can see. And yeah, so it doesn't come with Phantom Liberty and stuff like that, but hey, you get what you pay for. Modern Warfare 2. You know, it could have been better, and it is just worrying to see the way that Call of Duty's going as well, with seriously underbaking the campaigns. I haven't played Modern Warfare 3 yet, but what was it, Christopher Judge at the Game Awards poked fun at it, saying that his speech the year before was longer than the campaign, which is just atrocious. But yeah, that wasn't too bad, all things considered. Then we got Hades. Man, Supergiant, really crazy good developer. Every single release that they build on just leapfrogs over the previous one, and I'm yet to finish Hades, but really fun game. Really fun game. Roguelikes as well get flooded in the market pretty consistently, so it's nice when one of this quality gets released. Dying Light 2. Really couldn't get on with this in comparison to Dying Light 1. I don't know what it is, but nothing clicked with me in this game. The protagonist, the story that they were trying to build, everything just felt a little bit off. But I'll have to go back and try and finish it at some point. But yeah, and its, I guess, direct competitor would be Dead Island 2. Haven't finished this one either, but I gotta say I enjoyed it a lot more than Dying Light 2. Sometimes it's a lot better to just stick to simplicity instead of overthinking it, and that's really what it felt like they did with Dead Island 2, which was nice. Definitely something, this will be finished this year. Something I'm definitely gonna try and work on from the backlog. Not sure if many of you heard of Miasma Chronicles. It was a turn-based tactical like RPG developed by, what's their names? The Bearded Ladies. The same people who brought Mutant Year Zero. And it is very similar to Mutant Year Zero, almost like identical. So it's very strange that they decided to make a brand new IP instead of giving it a sequel. But yeah, I'm about 5 hours into this or so. Another one that I want to get ticked off the backlog this year, hopefully. Persona 5 Royal. After I'd say probably the last year, falling head over heels for the Persona series. Finally getting Royal to release on Xbox was really exciting. I just can't click with it. I don't know what it is. It really, it's a good JRPG, but it just doesn't. I'm not enjoying it in comparison to Persona 3 or Persona 4. So, yeah, I haven't finished it still, but hopefully towards the end of the game it picks up. I believe I'm about halfway through the second palace, so I'm not sure how many of them there are, but yeah, it really wasn't doing anything for me. Hogwarts Legacy, a game that I really had no faith in them doing any justice with. Didn't expect it to be anything at all. It just felt like they were gonna just phone it in and try and abuse the good faith of the Harry Potter fans. But wow, what a really good RPG, and really excited to see where they go next. Hopefully a sequel is in the works, because man, it really does deserve it. Really surprising. We'll continue the trend of disappointment. I think I'm one of the very few people that actually enjoyed the original Lords of the Fallen. Was it an amazing game? No, of course not. But it was heavily scrutinized for being one of the first Dark Souls clones, and just because it was a Dark Souls clone. And it felt kind of unfair because it had its own ideas. And I really enjoyed the combat in the game, because you could feel the heaviness and the weight behind hits and the armor that you had. It was a lot more of a slower paced game. This, it felt like it was trying to do way too much and overthink things, because you had like a lamp mechanic which gave you an alternate world, and that sounds cool, except you have enemies that are immune in the normal world, so you have to interact with them in that other world. And with Souls combat, when you try and add too many layers to it, it starts to fall apart pretty quickly, and it just felt like they overthinked so many aspects of the game. So it's really unfortunate that I couldn't really get on with it. But yeah, it has its own merits as well. It did bring a few good things to the table, but for the most part, pretty disappointing. Marvel Midnight Suns really didn't seem to make many waves in the gaming industry. A lot of people seem to have slept on it, and I don't know why, because it's brought from the people who make XCOM, and it's really high quality, a really in-depth game that has really cool mechanics and systems, a decent story. But I think with them going down the route of making the combat tied in with like a card-based system really just turned people off, which is really unfortunate, because the card-based system is really well done. And yeah, if you can get this on like sale for cheap, I'd absolutely recommend it. It's really good. Oh god. One of my addictions is manager-based games, so like Football Manager, and as you can see here, F1 Manager. I just can't get enough of them. Ever since I was a kid, I really enjoyed like Football Manager on the PC, on the PSP as well. I remember playing tons of it. I can't remember what year specifically, but wow. People really weren't impressed with this. This is the second outing for Frontier making a F1 Manager game, and it felt like the first game was a proof of concept, and this 23 game was, look, bring your A game and bring all these community features that are requested. Like, it still doesn't have multiplayer, which is crazy. absolutely crazy, because even Football Manager on the console has multiplayer, and that would have done wonders for this game. Really would have, but yeah. But I still really enjoyed it. One that I will definitely be 100%ing in the future, because I 100%ed the F1 Manager 22. I don't think this needs any introduction either. Wow, what a studio FromSoft are. Like, they just don't settle for greatness. They just want to push and push and push, and they 9 times out of 10 succeed. And it's crazy, because leading up to it, it really didn't feel like you could pull a Souls-like game off in an open world setting, but man, Elden Ring is incredible. And yeah, this is sealed, but I've purchased the digital version. That's why this one's remained sealed. Another one, definitely going to be 100%ing. I just believe all I've got left for this is 2 endings, because you have 3 endings tied with achievements, and I think one of the endings doesn't have an achievement. But hopefully the DLC will be coming out very soon. It's been leaked, hopefully to be coming out at the end of February. So I hope that's true, because it'd be good to jump back in. Literally just finished this one today, Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. Man, Vampire the Masquerade fans, we really don't get very good games. Obviously you have Bloodlines, which is really heavily regarded, but even then it's fairly buggy and needs lots of mods and patches and stuff to bring it up to speed to be an actual game to be enjoyed to its full potential. And this game is kind of similar to that, where a good base, you play as 3 different characters, working your way through a series of nights as things are going wrong, and it's a choice-based system, but just full to the brim of bugs. And because I ended up re-downloading it yesterday or the day before, and being like, okay, I'll finish it up. I had a save file from when the game released. I don't remember why I put it down, and I was in that room for about 40 minutes, and it's because it was a progress bug that was blocking me from continuing on, and just really unfortunate. I had to restart the game, and then it bugged that again, and then I gave it a 3rd and final chance, and fortunately was able to finish it just a few hours ago. And if it didn't have the bugs, it would be an incredible game, but really falls short, and that's really unfortunate. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, neck and neck with Persona 3 Reload for eating up us JRPG fans' time for the beginning of the year. Every single aspect of Like a Dragon has been improved in Infinite Wealth from the previous outing. Just really dropped the ball on the ending. Obviously I won't spoil it here, but really didn't think that they really gave the payoff that they were building up. But wow, like they listened to a lot of criticisms of what people were getting bored with in the first game, and really shifted it up, which was nice. Literally, I think 100%ed this about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. It's a Diablo-like set in the Warhammer universe. Really, really heavily underrated. Brought to you from Neocore Games, who made the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing series. Really, really underrated. I think they've stopped support for it now, I believe. It's pushed out its final updates and it's kind of in its winding down phase. So either I hope for a sequel, absolutely, because it's nice to get stuff other than just standard like strategy games in the Warhammer universe. Obviously we have Space Marine 2 on the horizon, but yeah, really heavily underrated, and it's usually on deep sale, so like give it a go if you like Diablo likes. Haven't opened this, literally. I think I ordered this about 2 weeks ago. Blasphemous 2. I still need to finish the first game. That's just the usual habit of gamers buying a sequel before you even finish the first game. But really good Metroidvania, the first one, and I'm sure this will also be just as good. Crazy, visceral combat and art style to match it. Really, really brutal and gruesome. So give that a go if you enjoy Metroidvanias. It's nice when it's a bit different of a case. This has the launch edition of Mirage. I'm trying to get the extra stuff out. In there, it comes with a map and some lithographs, which is interesting when they go and put a little bit of effort, because this was exactly the same price as the standard edition on Amazon at the time of release. So you have all this like different artwork and stuff, which is really nice. It's just nice when they go the extra mile. Don't know if there's anything else in here. I think the map. Yeah, just standard paper map. Won't unfold it. As for the game itself, really big fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, but these past two releases have done it no favors in my book. Valhalla really didn't keep my interest, and I had to keep coming back to it and keep coming back to it, and eventually I finished off the base story and I believe one of the DLCs. But I still need to go back and finish Dawn of Ragnarok. But it's just really off-putting. And this, it was marketed as like a return to form and return to the basics more than anything, but it's really dull, repetitive, and just really vanilla in many of its design aspects. That's really unfortunate, because it would have been nice for them to come back swinging. But it's just the character as well with Basim just really isn't interesting. They really should have just gone down a different route. Dark Souls trilogy, as mentioned before, FromSoft, obviously masters of the craft. 3 incredible games, all with DLC. The only it's still sealed, but the downside of getting the Xbox version of this is I've seen that they just pack, I can't remember which game it is, it might be Dark Souls 1 just inside of like a paper holder instead of giving it 3 different disc tray holders, which is really unfortunate. Just more dirt thrown in the face of Xbox gamers for trying to collect, but hey, we're used to it. We'll go with Tactica. Persona 5 Tactica. Atlus really won't let Persona 5 die as a brand. They will keep milking that until the cows come home. But at least this was interesting and unique, and another one where it's an XCOM-like. Well, I wouldn't even say, no, it's more of like a Mario versus Rabbids. Mario and Rabbids, whatever it was, the Kingdom Battle game on Switch, where it's a lot more simplistic, but really fun. Really fun. And not too long either, which is a bonus for spin-off games like that. Endless Dungeon, another one where they actually put some effort into this. I don't think they just sell the game on its own from what I saw, but really thick, hefty. Comes with an art book, some skins, and I really hate it when it comes with the digital soundtrack and not just the soundtrack on disc. But this is another kind of roguelike. Would I call it a dungeon crawler? It's, you start off and you branch off these different paths by paying to open doors, and it's like a tower defense based game as you work your way through, and then you need to find the exit, and then wherever you started the level you then have to guide this little orb thing, and that's how you progress down. Pretty simplistic, but really challenging at times. The difficulty really ramps up, which was crazy. Star Trek Resurgence, played about an hour of this maybe. Have never really dipped my toe into Star Trek as an IP. I don't think it really won me over. It's essentially a Telltale game. I thought the characters were okay, but having no knowledge of the series really didn't... It just didn't hook me. With the opening hour, it seemed very slow, with not much going on, so might have to go back and give that another shot. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Really split people down the middle this. They could have done a lot more of putting in effort for these games. Many felt. I'm just glad that we finally have the original Metal Gear to be able to play on an Xbox, because we had the HD collection that released on the 360, but it only gave us 2 free, and I think Peace Walker. I don't think it definitely didn't come with 1. So it's nice to have these original ones available on Xbox for the first time. The original one, not these, like I said, they were available. I think it even comes with the Nintendo ones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 7 original Metal Gear games, even the graphic novels. So really, they did put a decent amount of effort. They were just ports as well, for the most part. So it would have been nice, but we're getting that Metal Gear Solid 3 remake on the horizon soon. So we'll see how that quality pans out. Pathfinder, incredible CRPG series that always just loves to release in broken states. Was really excited for this release, got it day one, and couldn't make it out of the beginning dungeon because the skill toolbar didn't function at all, and had to wait about 2.5 weeks for a patch, which is atrocious because that means on this disc is that quality, that 1.0 version, which is unplayable, which is just, you know, it defeats the whole purpose of physical collecting when you release in that kind of state. So kind of a kick in the teeth, but a good game nonetheless. Definitely try it out if you enjoy classic CRPGs like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Pillars of Eternity. Scars Above, haven't played too much of it even, about 2 hours in. Definitely a lower budget game. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than probably I would have any other time, because I began playing this after having finished The Evil Within 1, which, along with its DLCs, which I really didn't enjoy. So I think anything after that was just a positive step up. But it was okay. It really didn't seem to be doing anything special, but probably something I'll go back and finish up. It didn't seem too difficult either, which was nice. Tales of Arise, my first step into the Tales IP. Really, really enjoyed it. Ended up 100%ing the base list, and really wasn't expecting them to drop a DLC of all things for this game, but they did. I'm a few hours into the DLC. Need to go back and finish that, but yeah, really, really enjoyed it. I even went back and tried to play Tales of Vesperia and Tales of Symphonia, but they just don't click with me in the way that Tales of Arise did. I don't know what it is specifically, but this really, I don't know, it was really enjoyable. I enjoyed the characters and the setting, and it just felt simplistic to get into, really easy to pick up and play, which was nice. Outriders. So many people hated on this game. It seemed like one of them live service games that was dropped straight into Game Pass day one, and the servers didn't work. Everything that could have gone wrong for it seemed to go wrong for it, but I don't know, it was rather charming, and I still stand by it. I think it's got some of the best like ability-based combat from a third-person shooter that any game has. It still, to this day, hasn't been surpassed, in my opinion. Like, it's really, really good and really fun to play. Maybe a direct competitor that's probably very close to it would be, say, Remnant. But Remnant seems to be doing its own thing. It blends so many different genres that it's picking out. This is just the standard. Fairly linear experience where you go down the beaten path. There are little side paths you can go down to do hunts and side missions and stuff, but yeah, fairly simplistic, but really fun, really fun. Crusader Kings 3. Never thought we'd see this on a console, so really, really cool that they were able to port this over to Xbox. I think I've probably sunk about 400 hours into it. It's just one of them things where it's infinitely replayable. So many different scenarios. You can literally pick the same ruler and it will veer off into completely different scenarios. It's just the perfect strategy game. Really, really addictive. Really, really addictive. Haven't played this. Funnily enough, it's actually in the console as we speak, and it just finished downloading just before I started recording this, so we'll be giving that a go. Didn't seem to get very good reviews though. Didn't buy this day one, purchased this I think during Black Friday of last year, so very, very deep discount. But I'm interested. After finishing Swansong, I kind of want something with a little bit more action and something less detached story-wise. Just 2 games left. Atlas Fallen. Really disappointed that this is what Deck 13 was making instead. It would have been really, really, really cool for these guys to have done the Lords of the Fallen reboot, or to have heard that they're doing the Surge 3. This really didn't do anything for me. It just felt very generic. Very, very safe game, no risks, and yeah, just really unfortunate. It's probably going to be the same with Immortals of Avian, to be fair, so who knows, but at least we're going to be finishing it off with something that's for the most part, positive, and that's Jedi Survivor. Could it have been in a better state when it released? Absolutely. Riddled with bugs and performance issues. I think for the most part that they've ironed this out, so I will be able to get back and hopefully finish that. But really enjoy Cal as a character, and this arc of the Star Wars plot that they've got going. It's really strong. And really showing that Respawn is probably the highest pedigree studio that EA have at their disposal at this moment. But yeah, that was a decent stack. It felt like I went through them probably much more quickly than I should have. I haven't done a pickups video, so I will learn to pace myself better in the future. But yeah, this will be the first of many. This is just the stacks that I have underneath. As I said, I've got tons and tons of stuff to show off. So yeah, catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoy.